last year I wrote a book published a book called Race, A History Beyond Black and White. And it's the history of the idea of race and the experience of prejudice, really back from the ancient world to the present. And I got interested in the question of how could we use virtual worlds in which you don't appear as yourself as an opportunity to explore race and as an opportunity to explore prejudice. Because it seemed to me an ideal chance. And I was very fortunate that a group called the Federation of American Scientists has backed me, and we're building 2 sites right now, currently in Second Life, although I hope one or more will be reported in 15 Second Life. But I'm showing these to you just to show the beginnings of what we're doing and to begin to have you think about what can we do to link what goes on in this world to what goes on in that world. And in my mind, it's really pretty simple. Books are great because they're limited. They're great because they're constrained. They're great because they must have a defined beginning, middle, and end. The author has to think about how to take you from place to place, or he or she is modeling a journey in that way. The digital world is great because it's experiential. You have the chance to learn by doing something yourself, by feeling it, thinking it, exploring it yourself. This should be a perfect marriage, but right now, I would say it's largely an absolute divorce. And what I'm trying to work is to get back to it. So this is one of the 2 race sites.
Tell us who this individual is.
He is a scientist from the Federation of American Scientists who are helping us build this project. And their goal, their larger goal, Ann Cruzin, that's Alex Cohen. They're showing you, they have another project right near here called Discover Babylon, which is the same idea, that you will explore the city of Babylon, the actual city, and in that way learn about ancient Sumeria and ancient history. So that's Discover Babylon is what they have. Oh, he's still in the meeting, that's okay. My book on race takes readers through different phases of history and talks about how we looked at each other, how we organized our perceptions of each other. And this is how it fits Second Life. Let me ask you guys a simple history question. Do you think race is an old idea or a new idea? Race. What? The concept of race. Extreme. The concept of race is a late Enlightenment idea. The sense that I'm better and you're worse, that we're different, is extremely ancient. So in the race site, we're going to explore different moments and experiences of difference, and then so that when we arrive at race and see it as a new invention, rather than an eternal given, even though we understand prejudice as a deep strand in human beings. So let's go see if we can go into the site and see what we got.
The building here? The one that's here?
Yeah.
Okay.
The woman who's building this site, her idea is that we should try to not just tell kids about different periods, but let them experience something. This guy's really blind. He's good. I always crash. So this is the title of my book, and so you sort of formal entrance. And a scholar at Harvard told me what you're going to see on the walls is the concept of race is based on 4 pillars. The 4 pillars are the idea that how you look matters, that how you individually look makes you part of a group, that the traits of that group are inevitably passed on, and that groups can be ranked. Those 4 together form the pillars of race theory. And you can watch over time as each pillar comes into place and is added together. So we have the experience when you get the 4 pillars together, over there, you have race theory. And she now has emanating out from this. Once you have this unholy unholy bundle. And if any of you remember your Italian history of World War II, that's also the fascists, the fascisti, the bundle of sticks, emanating out. Once you put these concepts together and treat them as true, they can shape perceptions and shape behavior and shape human actions. So that's, you enter into this with this awareness. So let's go on from here. Oh, you have to walk.
Well, I can camera through it. It's a little easier if I walk.
Yeah, and let's see what happens when we bring
Is it people out there?
there are, I don't know who those are.
Okay.
No, I mean, ultimately, when this is up.
No, those aren't avatars. Those are.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a role play. I'll check it out. She said she was going to put some stuff in here for us. Wow. Yeah, those look like avatars, but they're surely not.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Should we go into the cave, Mark?
Yeah, we have to go into the cave because the evolutionary psychologists argue that the need for humans to rank was born very, very early, when we had to make instant decisions, fight or flight, friend or foe. So that you formed in the human psyche the idea of us, them. If you look at very early creation myths from people, it's about the creation of people, that is us. Others are not people. So that them-us distinction is very deep. So in this area, when we take kids into a kind of cave, we'll try to explore some of that psychology, that very deep psychology of them-us. As we explore through these caves.
And as somebody who's experiencing Second Life, I could say, and Peggy can certainly speak to this as well, is the immersiveness of the environment creates an experience that belies what you see on the screen. And well, so what? It's just pictures of stuff on the wall, and it's very impressive. But when your avatar is experiencing this, and you're with other people, and they're communicating, the audio, the positional sounds, the entire experience is really one that feels extremely real. I mean, it does. I mean, I met Peggy in Second Life. We knew each other for many months before we met in real life, and it felt as real knowing her in Second Life as it did when I ultimately met her. So that's the real power of this meeting, is that it's very easy to figure.
Now, I think what Kevin said is the exact point: experiential. I want kids to experience fear, the fear of a shadow moving. And what is it? I've got to decide. And how that deep fear, in my opinion, and those of several scientists, is underlies prejudice. Because you immediately have to judge, are they like us or are they not like us? Are we the same or different?
Let me
Yeah,
speak
sure.
to that piece. Just to kind of piggyback on the whole piece about experiential learning and immersive environment. There's been great research done on this, but just with my own kids in middle school, when you experience something through reading a novel and you get to a scary part or you're on a cliffhanger, and you do have a physical response to it, but it's a response as an outsider. When you're working in the immersive 3D environment, for example, when my kids conducted a mock trial of Mussolini, their hands were sweating when they went up on the witness stand. You actually start. James Paul G has written a book called What Video Games Can Teach Us About Learning and Literacy. And he discusses the 3 stages of identity. And you enter a virtual world as yourself, your real identity, the real you, the actual you that comes into the virtual environment. Once again, you assume the virtual environment, the virtual identity, whether it be however you're choosing to create yourself, whether you're applying your real life identity to the virtual identity you choose to create, or whatever role is assigned to you. Your teacher says act like a scientist. Your teacher says you're going to do architecture. You're going to be a journalist. So you go from your real to your virtual identity. That melding of the two and the resulting person you bring away from it is your projective identity. And it's powerful. And that's what's happening in Second Life with